Take it quick before I faint from the stink.
Okay, stink. What's happening around here?
Is there anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Indeed, there is. I heard there's been quite a ruckus in Tarnberg. It seems some gang of poachers has settled in the woods there. I couldn't tell you anything about it, though. You best talk to Nicholas, the Tarnberg Master Hunter.
Okay.
Is there anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Nothing out of the ordinary, praise God.
So he won't repeat himself. I need a place to
Have you
sleep.
got a bed for the night?
Aye, there's room here. For how long?
For a night.
Just the one night?
All right. Money up front, though.
Okay.
Here you go.
You all like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud, it is.
Where's my bed?
Where do I go to sleep?
You'll have no trouble finding it. Right inside the door to the building, there's a ladder up to the loft. Your bed's ready there, and a trunk for your belongings.
Alright. So there's quite a few people here. I need to go to Tarnberg. If I want to know about that Poucher gang, I guess. I think he said go to the archer, but there are no archers here. This probably guy, a hunter here. Give me some more information. In any case, wait a second. Are there any bats here? Doesn't look so. There's an archer here. In any case, there's a lot of people here. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Let's rest up until the morning. Done. It looks like I'm hungry. Would be a good idea to eat. Drink. Done. Now I may as well move back. And head towards the church. Look at that, they're both eating same time. It looks like the church is being repaired at the moment. Hopefully everybody's gonna be awake. Yeah, it's currently in the works. We can see these awesome paintings here. They do look awesome. doesn't look like I can see them easily here. Maybe I should wait a little. It is an early morning, unless he's sleeping in a nearby house. And that's exactly what's happening. Let's see, how do we look? Probably don't need the armor currently wearing. Okay, he's wearing a gambit, so here that's dirty with blood. Okay, that can be put on. Okay, it's gonna be dirty, and not much I can do about that, as you can see. Ah, the only way probably I can wash this. Oh, fine. Finally, the Gamson went away. Alright, now much better condition. Okay, you. What's that? Look at that condition, 0, 0, 0. So, let's drop these bloody clothes and put something that's not. But so this is what they get from looting dead corpses. Well, leather jerkin, that's really bad condition. Leather jerkin, I would say. Okay, that's a little bit better, maybe. Okay, now he looks a little better. Stuff can go. And yeah, that'll do for now, I guess. Okay, hats for a minute. I'm sure that's his house. If he's not praying, he's sleeping here, and this house is in church territory, so should be all good. So you could kind of raid them very easily. Yeah, that's him.
What do you want here, lad?
God save, Monsignor. My name's Henry, and I've been sent by Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Sir Hanush, And why is he sending you?
I'm to assist you in your search.
Oh, I see. How considerate of him. Well, you've come at the right time. I need someone who'll go unnoticed among the locals. I'm sure Sir Hanush told you what I'm doing here.
He said you're looking for heretics?
Exactly. I'm seeking out the sores that inflict the body of the church. The rash of heretics. Valdensians. Dangerous heretics, one and all.
Alright. What can I do to help?
How can I help you then?
Excellent. Let's get right to the point, Henry. I know how to get to where the heretics congregate.
And what's stopping you from going there, sir?
That is to say, I know in theory. The crux of the matter is this. We caught a heretic in Gutenberg who told us of the heretics in Uschitz. Regrettably, by the time he got around to describing their meeting place, he was already raving and hardly coherent.
I see. So do you know where they meet up, or don't you?
Possibly. His account was confused, to say the least. I have a record somewhere here. Can you read, boy?
Of course I can.
Naturally, Father. Otherwise Sir Hanush wouldn't have sent me.
I see. It's a good thing at least the servants of the nobility are getting a suitable education. Some of their own offspring can hardly write their own names. Here's the record of the interrogation. From what I can make out, his description of the route starts at the local tavern. Once you've found something out, come back and see me.
I'll do my best, Father.
Will the locals trust me?
Well, I'm not from Ujits exactly, so I don't know how well they'll accept me.
That's good, because the last thing I need is one of these local good-for-nothings. I can't trust a single one of them. And they don't trust me either, but you're an ordinary lad with a likable face, if a bit simple-looking. You'll have a much better chance of learning their secrets.
You flatter me, Monsignor. Very well then.
Do you have any suspects?
Are there any suspects?
Everyone is a suspect, you can be sure of that. But I'll know more after I finish the interrogations.
Why do you think there are heretics here?
How did you conclude there are heretics here?
We caught one in Gutenberg. He confessed to everything, including meeting up with others in Ujits a few times.
And that was all he told you?
By the end, all his strength had left him, so he couldn't even put together a list.
Perhaps none are from Ujits. I expect you put him to torture.
I'm guessing he didn't speak willingly.
Of course not.
Little wonder his strength deserted him in the executioner's clutches. It's a pity. He might have known more.
My lad, guard your tongue. It's unwise to question the ways of Mother Church. Heretics are a canker on the body of the Church. Do you know what's to be done with such an ulcer? You take the hot iron to it and burn it out. It may hurt. It hurt me too, to have to cause the man to suffer. But it had to be done for the well-being of the Church.
Who are the Waldensians?
Who are these Valdensians? I've never heard of them.
Really? Then you've either not been paying attention in church, or the parish priest in Ratai is too idle to read out the bishop's missive to the congregation. Both possibilities are equally disturbing, but I'll allow you the benefit of the doubt and assume it's the latter. But to answer your question, it's a heretical sect.
I gathered that much, but what form does the heresy take?
Look, boy, I don't have time right now to embark on theological disputation. Besides which, it's not something you need concern yourself with. Suffice it to say, they are heretics.
Very well, Monsignor.
I can't read that talk. I'll be going then.
I'll get working on it, sir.
God be with you, my son.
Okay, that's interesting. I could kill him, surprisingly enough, and it would end it all. He has a guard, as you can see here. In any case, let's go and speak with the priest. Maybe he can tell me anything about this.
God be with you.
Right. Nothing. He's not gonna tell me anything. And we are going to check that book. Chaos. Heretics Testimony. Record of the interrogation of the heretic Peter of Hradec. This account was written down by Master Borislav, scribe to the Archbishop, recording the testimony given by the questioned heretic, whereby the interrogation was conducted by the Very Reverend Jan of Osek, Monsignor and Vicar to the Archbishop, and the lawful right of torture was carried out by the town executioner. Francis called Shanks in the town jail according to the resolution of the town council. At first the captive heretic one Peter of Hradec did refuse to give testimony, whereupon the executioner was instructed to encourage him to do so by the performance of arts. Let it be stated that the interrogation of Peter of Hradec did long resist the executioner's persuasions. However, he did finally respond to a query as the place of assembly of the other heretics known to him that they did meet in the township of Ujits. When the vicar then asked the prisoner to elaborate, that is, who they were and what house they assembled, Peter of Hradec again fell into silence. The executioner was again obliged to exercise his persuasive art, which in due course the vicar ordered him to desist, for the prisoner was greatly fatigued, whereupon he did suddenly find his voice and began to respond at length to the repeated query as to where he met with the other heretics. The vicar thereupon decreed that the testimony of the prisoner be written down verbatim. May the Lord forgive me for hearing these heretical speeches, which by my duty to Holy Mother Church I am bound to sit down and writing this day. Thus spoke the heretic. I began my pilgrimage in Ujits, a den of iniquity where the people were drinking and fornicating, so I left that corrupt place at once, and at once I saw another abomination, the temple of the bride of the Antichrist, with the proud Babylonian tower. I went past it quickly towards the rising sun. When I left the village, I came upon a crossroads and didn't know which way to go, so I fell on my knees and prayed, and my prayer was heard, for the finger of Christ rose from the ground to show the right path. On I went through this sinful land, and suddenly I heard the sound of 1,000-headed crowd at work, and I saw their queen and their towers. I journeyed further on, and all at once there rose from the ground in the jaws of the behemoth, and his broken teeth jutted up to the heavens like the tombstones of the Moabites. So I went through the mouth of the beast, and by the road I saw the abode of the apostles Peter and Andrew. I was hungry, so I took the fruits of their labors and filled my belly. Then I left their house and saw 2 widows weeping and keening. I wept with them, and they let me sleep in their shadow. I went further along the edge of the world and saw the ribs of the great Leviathan washed up by the sea. Then I saw 2 bridges over the river Jordan, and the devil tempted me and tried to lure me to the one on the right. But I saw through his deception and went against his will. And then I finally saw it, the gateway to the garden of paradise, abundant with foliage. I was guarded by men of straw, but they saw I was a good Christian and let me enter their reign. And there were last words uttered by the heretic Peter of Hradec. For he did then breathe his last. The vicar did then state that his death was surely the work of Lucifer, to silence his tongue before the ears of servants of God. The executioner thereupon took umbrage and made conceited objections, for which his wage was cut by 3 groschen, and he was admonished not to repeat such remarks, especially in the presence of a servant of Holy Mother Church. The body of the heretic was buried outside the cemetery wall, as befits, so that it should not corrupt the hallowed ground, whereby the case of the heretic Peter of Hradec was brought to a close in accordance with ecclesiastical law. Alright. It looks like that didn't really give me too much information. That's the guard. And it looks like that's another guard, so it looks like there's quite a few of them. Let's say that we can't read this and
I have a few more questions about the investigation.
See what he has to say
Ask
himself.
away, my son.
Can't read the document.
Sorry, Father. I'm afraid I'm not up to reading that document.
That's all right, lad. My scribe has a truly dreadful scrawl. I began my pilgrimage in Ujits, a den of iniquity where the people were drinking and fornicating, so I left that corrupt place at once. The only place I could make out was the local tavern, and at once I saw another abomination, the temple of the bride of the Antichrist, with the proud Babylonian tower. I went past it quickly towards the rising sun. When I left the village, I came upon a crossroads and didn't know which way to go, so I fell on my knees and prayed. And my prayer was heard, for the finger of Christ rose from the ground to show the right path. On I went, through this sinful land, and suddenly I heard the sound of 1,000-headed crowd at work, and I saw their queen and their towers. I journeyed further on, and all at once there rose from the ground the jaws of the behemoth, and his broken teeth jutted up to the heavens, like the tombstones of the Moabites. So I went through the mouth of the beast, and by the road I saw the abode of the apostles Peter and Andrew. I was hungry, so I took the fruits of their labors and filled my belly. Then I left their house and saw 2 widows weeping and keening. I wept with them, and they let me sleep in their shadow. I went further along the edge of the world, and saw the ribs of the great Leviathan washed up by the sea. Then I saw 2 bridges over the river Jordan, and the devil tempted me and tried to lure me to the one on the right. But I saw through his deception and went against his will. And then I finally saw it, the gateway to the garden of paradise, abundant with foliage. It was guarded by men of straw, but they saw I was a good Christian and let me enter therein.
That sounds rather insane.
As I say, he was probably raving. Do you recognize any of those places?
No, but I can look for them.
Excellent. That's what I wanted to hear.
Okay.
I'll get working on it, sir.
God be with you, my
It
son.
looks like I'm drunk. All that time when I was doing this, I was drunk. That's probably due to wine. And I didn't really got that much information out of it. And let's see. Find the Waldensian congregation. The vicar gave me the testimony of a tortured heretic that should help me find the heretic's assembly place. The only advice he gave me was to start at the local tavern. Okay. Is that good enough? Who's this guy? He's the guard and he came to the tavern.
Hello. Hey,
I like the way
look
he's
out.
dressed.
Doesn't even know how to apologize.
Okay. Can you
What is it?
talk to me?
God be with you.
God be with you. Looks like he can't really say anything.
Is there anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Nothing out of the ordinary, praise God.
Okay. Where's another tavern here? There are no taverns here, unfortunately. But maybe some of these could tell me anything. That's Lumer. Lumer won't tell me anything. Nothing at all. The guard's not gonna speak to me. And the villager isn't gonna tell me anything either. Not that much help at all. In any case, let's wait a few hours and go back there, see if there's anybody we can speak to. So we pretty much want to become one of them, I guess. And that's it. So, anybody? There's a villager. Another villager. Nobody to speak to. There's the priest. And nothing at all. The only advice he gave me was to start at the local tavern. Helping the vicar wasn't as straightforward as I hoped. He sent me right away to find the assembly of the Waldensian heretics, which was no easy matter since all he gave me to go on was the testimony under the torture of a heretic taken prisoner in Kuttenberg. The poor wretch was evidently in a delirium from his suffering, and his description of the road to the Waldensians' meeting place resembled more a passage from the book of Revelations. Okay. And if it's this, tavern, then there wasn't really anybody here anyway. And as far as I'm aware, there are no more taverns. And not just another trader.
Hey, watch it.
Who are you?
I'll remember you.
Okay. Maybe the trader could tell me anything.
Good day to you. What do you need?
No, he wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if the scribes are heretics. The villagers won't have anything to tell me. At all. Anything at all.
God be with you.
God be with you. Let's start trade. Oh wow, look at that, there's more books. I'm not sure if I bought these or... I think I bought some of these already. In any case, I'm buying them again. That's the case. And that's it. So, the local tavern so far didn't give me much information at all. Okay, this villager will... he plays. I thought that he would be a good... good one to get something out. In any case, it looks like they're hiding behind tree and the roof to avoid the rain, which is certainly a good idea. Nobody's gonna tell me anything. Okay. So maybe I'll need to pray and ask God for help in this case. Okay.